Hello. I have a story to tell. I will not be releasing my name, as I fear what could happen if those I know learned the truth of what happened to me. I do not want the Roggen to ever find me again, and I fear it could be listening to this story right now. However, I have to get the truth out. I used to play the game The Forest by End Night Games daily. The game itself was fine, and I somewhat enjoyed it single-player, but the real fun always came from playing with my friends and just having fun and messing around. Our base was a haphazardly constructed collection of docks built just far enough offshore that cannibals couldn't easily reach us, while still not being impossible to access for us. It was late at night, around midnight, and my friends and I had been duping bones and cloth in order to get full bone armor. We were on day 30, so good armor was a necessity, and it was faster to just dupe the items. However, while we were in the middle of breaking open suitcases, they all disappeared. My friends stood still, and all their voices cut out. 3 notifications in a row showed up, saying that all my friends were unable to perform voice chat due to network issues. One by one they disappeared from my game. This did not worry me, as I assumed there was a Wi-Fi outage. I turned on cellular data on my phone and tried to check if they were online on Discord, but strangely they were all offline, and my message asking if they were still there didn't get any response. I sighed and went back to the game, shortly filling all our drying racks and bone holders. Strangely, despite it being night on a fairly late day, there were no cannibals spawning on the beach. It was bizarre, but I took advantage of the situation in order to go collect logs in order to expand the base. I was hoping to eventually reach an island with a shipwreck on it, somewhat near the yacht for those familiar with the game. While the island was entirely devoid of anything directly useful, it would provide us with solid ground completely uninhabited by cannibals, and the docks from the mainland could serve as a sort of bridge to bring materials from the mainland over. However, when I reached the mainland, a chill went down my spine as I found something horrifying. It was a massive amount of cannibals, including armsies, legsies, and a few cowmen, all burning in a few bonfires that all loaded in when I reached the shore. I assumed it was some weird glitch and continued on to the tree line to cut down some trees. I noticed that even after a half hour of cutting down trees and gathering them at the beach, it was still night. I decided to check on the bonfires and found that they had all somehow burned out, but no bones, and all the mutant bodies had disappeared. I decided to investigate more and soon found an item I had never seen before. It was called Roggen's delicious canned spaghetti and looked very similar to the soda item at first, but had a different design, and the lid of the can was different, making it look almost like a soup can. I decided to eat it and was surprised to see my health bar instantly go down by half, and my energy went down to a critical level, but it restored some of my hunger, so I thought it was a pretty good item and grabbed a few more cans lying around. I reached the far end of the clearing full of bonfires and something else loaded in. I was in shock when I saw it. A massive player-built structure that appeared to be made out of custom supports, floors, and walls. It was in the shape of a Roggen, with countless bonfires burning in the eye. I was terrified, but assumed it was just some weird structure one of my friends built at some point and went back to collecting logs. However, I soon noticed another player joined, despite the fact that I was playing single-player at this point. I was very confused by this. Their name was Roggen Warrior. I decided to run over the structure, thinking it was just a friend making some bad joke. Little did I know what was waiting for me. I quickly arrived at the base of the structure, and what I saw terrified me. The player with the nametag Roggen Warrior appeared suddenly in front of me, a player wearing some sort of variation of the creepy armor. The armor only had one large eye in the center of the chest and no limbs protruding off of it like normal. A crest covered most of the player's head. A voice came from my headphones saying,
"You can never escape the Roggen, Steven."
I was frozen with fear, but had to move when he ran at me and attacked with his katana, which for some reason did more damage than the modern axe, destroying multiple pieces of my armor in one hit and damaging me. I fought back, using only my regular katana. Luckily he was very shit at the game, and I beat him in a few minutes. As soon as his last piece of armor broke, he instantly died, and I'm assuming left the game, because he and his nametag disappeared. He dropped 3 items. One was a Roggen's Funtime pizza, a disgusting-looking pizza item with a massive, undercooked and soggy crust, putrid mustard yellow cheese, and only 2 tiny slices of pepperoni. I was disgusted, but ate it anyway. The second item was a propeller beanie and Hawaiian flower shirt outfit. Seeing as those were my favorite clothes, I immediately equipped them. The final item was an item called Developer's Note. I picked it up. Hello, this is Developer. Do not wear the propeller beanie outfit or eat the Roggen O's canned spaghetti and Roggen's Funtime Pizza. Roggen War 1 was in shock, and my game suddenly closed to the title screen, but not before I saw the giant Roggen-shaped structure fly up into the sky. I only saw the title screen for a split second, but it terrified me. Instead of the text of forest, it said the Roggen. And instead of the hanging body in the cave showing, it was a hyper-realistic Roggen staring at me through the screen. My PS4 suddenly turned off, and shortly after, my power went out. I write this on my phone, using my cellular data. I looked outside earlier and saw it. My neighbor's house was gone, replaced by the Roggen-shaped structure, just like how it appeared in my game. Standing next to it, staring up at me, were two figures. It was the Roggen warrior and the hyperrealistic Roggen. Now, I'm currently hiding in my kitchen cabinet, holding a can of Roggen O's delicious canned spaghetti for defense. They have broken into my house, and I can hear them searching for me. I don't have much time, but I hope to bring the Roggen warrior down with me. If you're reading this, for your own good, if you find the Roggen warrior in the forest, close the game immediately.